everyone, Looney Farm Guy here with an update to the Seppi Maxisoil 350 by BlackEyes Modding. This is was released on Tuesday, October 25th as an update. This mod is 9.23 megabytes to download. It is 8 slots on console. The changelog 1.1 states added stone removal function. Now this has turned this into a very curious piece of equipment for sure. Now, to start off with, we'll find it under tools and forestry equipment because it is a mulcher in essence. Forestry mulcher removes tree stumps and bushes. Okay, so $55,000 requires, it says here on the mod hub 350 horsepower, but it says on the Giants mod hub information in the description 300 horsepower. So 3.5 meters width. It does work at 4 miles per hour, so it's quite slow. And yes, rocks. It now picks up rocks. Now, here it is. We have with or without the roller. The roller doesn't do anything as far as I know. I don't remember. It works without. So it works without. So I would forego the roller. It just kind of gets in the way, anyways. There it is. It is as it is. So we have it here. Hooked up to the front of this large John Deere tractor, and I would recommend a weight on the back of anything you use because this can get quite heavy. It is fairly heavy piece of equipment. If you see, let's get our help window on here, not field information, help window. There we go. So just as it sits, it's fairly heavy to begin with. Now, description says it will remove. So I'll read the description because this is interesting. The Seppi Maxisoil Max Cutter Tiller is the widest tiller for soil with working width up 3.5 meters. Yes, with its reinforced structure and powerful hammers with carbide inserts, Maxisoil is a powerful forestry tiller and stone crusher suitable for the most demanding requirements. It loosens soil, mills roots, and stubs up to depth of a 35 centimeter, capable of crushing stones. Now, I think that's actually the real world description. Now, how does that work in game? Well, as it sits like this, if you just lower it, it will, you don't have to turn it on. It's going to mulch and create, you can't turn off the create fields. It will just, once it's lowered, it won't take out bushes, but it'll just make fields as if you were plowing it, and it's going to leave stones and stuff all over the place. So if you just want to create fields, you can just attach it to the front and just drive forward at 4 miles per hour, and it will just work as a plow, creating fields and doing this. Now, lift it back up again, and we go back here. So you don't have to turn it on. So if you place it down, it's going to create a field on your own any property you own. So beware of that. Now, L1 and square. Turn it on. Now it's on. If we move up to this, yeah, it'll make trees disappear in a hurry, for sure. So, and you can drive around faster than 4 miles per hour with it in the lifted. Now let's just put a bigger tree down. Let's say a fair-sized tree, maybe something like this, because that was just a small tiny tree. And yes, so it has, well, it's not really a tree remover as per se, as you can see. It's more of a stump and bush, because it will There we go. We'll make trees go away, but it's not a tree devourer or a tree be gone. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to remove large trees, as you can see. Right, so just so you know that, let's see if we can get rid of it like this. Lower it, maybe. No, so it's going to be a little bit, it's not for large trees. Okay, enough of that. Okay. So again, lowered, turned on. Notice rocks are not appearing anymore. Right? So what is happening is now it is picking up those rocks and holding on to them. So you can create fields and pick up the rocks at the same time. Now what that means is the longer and further you go, and that will do it wherever, but again, be careful on any like a non-field, it's going to create fields. Now, notice I'm having a little bit of trouble moving it around, and there's a reason for that. Let's turn it off and pick it up. It seems to have gotten quite heavy. And the reason for that is L1 and R1. Now we press the triangle, unload here, and there you go. It now spits out. Whoa. It has spit out all the rocks it has collected. As a matter of fact, it spits out a whole lot of rocks. Much more than just this little strip here. Where you seen I turned it on, it has amassed an enormous amount of rocks. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It's like as if it's making rocks when it's doing this. So it's a very curious. Now see, now it's much lighter. You can maneuver around. It is still heavy, again. So a big weight on the back of this, or any tractor you might have this on, is going to be, or you can put it on the back and go backwards. That's always an option. Or if you have a reversible, a tractor that you can reverse drive, since all the weight's on a lot of the weight's to the front. So let's see here. Let's put that down and reverse. Reverse. And it will pick up stones that were already picked up and dropped. So if we go, it's still pretty heavy. It's having a hard time turning. Let's see how many it'll pick. Yeah, so let's see how many rocks. It's going to pick up this pile too. Look at that. It just picks up the pile of rocks. And let's turn it off and lift it up. And oh, that's heavy. And so let's do it again. L1, R1, unload here. Triangle. Let's move forward before we get hung up. And there they all are. So now if you let's drop it down, and so it's going to work like this, but then it's going to continuously spit out the rocks as you're working. So it's yeah. So it's like a rock picker where it's oh, is it still? Yeah, it's a curious bit of very curious bit of machinery for sure. If you want it to pick up the stones, you have to actually turn on the machine, right? So if I turn it off, it will still create fields, but it won't pick up the rocks, right? So very, very curious. Too bad it's so slow, is all I gotta say. If it was faster, and no, a worker will not, man, look how heavy that is. just for a few rocks. It is really loading this thing down. And there you have it. That's a really wild update, additional feature to the Seppi Maxisoil 350 by BlackEyes Modding. It's 9.23 megabytes to download, 8 slots on console. It's a mulcher and a rock picker now, but yeah, interesting. So play around with it, see if you might like it. Just be aware it gets extremely heavy. So yeah, there it is. Thank you for watching. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So till next time, bye for now.